ョン戸惑うことなくのめり込もうもちのろんスーパーファミコン知らず知らずと真剣勝負今宵もゼルダは最高潮スーパーファミコンゼルダの伝説ついに出る
Did you see the latest Nintendo newsletter?
Whoa, nice graphics. I'd like to get my hands on that game.
You mean you haven't played it yet? We can play it on my Nintendo Entertainment System. It's The Legend of Zelda, and it's really rad. Those creatures from Ganon are pretty bad. Octoroks, Tektites, Levers, too. But with your help, our hero pulls through. Yeah, go Link, yeah, get Zelda.
Awesome.
Intense.
The Nintendo Entertainment System. Your parents help you hook it up. The Legend of Zelda sold separate.
This fearless caddis is the raddest, has skills of the baddest, magic, slinging no status, practically unmatched, runs all of the gamut, in fact, he's a reference games and chatting, bent wizardly hatting, questing, stacking, napping, this cat diversified, witty banter, seeking kitty answers, roll 20 to scamper, tune in, and enjoy the ride, Brady, the RPG cat. Brady, the RPG cat.
Brainy the cat. Brainy the RPG cat. It's a kitty cat.
Okay, there I am. Hello, cats and kittens, felines and felidae, humans and variant humans, and every race, class, and subclass. Welcome to another edition of Brainy the RPG Cat. Tonight, we are going to be playing the newly released The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. And so, this is pretty sincerely the first time that we've played a Zelda game on this stream. We came pretty close when we were playing Super Dungeon Maker, but yeah, I think maybe even that's a bit too much of a stretch. Anyway, this game promises to have a great story and a lot of really interesting build mechanics, on top of the classic and very popular Breath of the Wild engine. So The Legend of Zelda, nuts and bolts. Yeah, that's what I had said in the go live notification. So, you know, well, I've had my little fun. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Once again, this stream is regularly funded through streamloots.com. Type exclamation point Streamloots in the chat and head over to our channel in order to purchase a package of Brainy the RPG Cat trading cards for $1.99. You'll be able to redeem them to watch me do interesting things on stream. So let's go ahead and let's light this candle. We're playing The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, and it's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and let's start. All right. Nintendo presents lots and lots of presents. The Legend of Zelda, requiring no additional fanfare. Tears of the Kingdom in 3D, but you knew that. Torch. I really need to play Breath of the Wild. You should. It's a fun game. I played the Wii U and the Switch version.
Keeps getting thicker. We've been descending for a while now. These tunnels are deeper than I thought. What could be down here?
Lots of pots full of rubies, I'm hoping. Say, look at me with all the rares. I think I'm even carrying the Master Sword. I never imagined this was all deep beneath Hyrule Castle. Hearts. I know I didn't have this many hearts when I was when I played Breath of the Wild. Probably just had a single roll, maybe about 7 or 8. With his chick by his side. I'm already getting, controller charge time.
I've been falling ill after coming into contact with the gloom drifting through these caverns. Though here it seems almost misty and not concentrated enough to harm us. We'll keep going, with it coming up from beneath Hyrule Castle.
Hang on, I'm getting a little Zelda. I've got. Can I borrow one of your boots?
Below, so we need to be ready for anything. But I know I'll be okay with you, Link. Let's go solve this mystery.
No, you gotta do a Digimon. You gotta hurl into our helmet. Alright. She's going to proceed slowly through this castle, so I'm going to do it too, as the Knight Errant. At this point, we're both technically 100 years old, but we're still, you know, just crazy kids. Dot, dot, dot. Boy, this is a long corridor. When I was a child, I asked my father if there was anything below the castle. He told me there was, though seeing it for ourselves or even discussing the matter was forbidden. You were kind of frozen, to be fair. No one in our family would know anything more than that. Link! Oh, I thought you were in the process of being kidnapped. The Master Sword must be sensing something. I knew we had reason for concern. Ever since the end of the calamity, the castle has fallen into neglect. I never could have imagined anything like these tunnels we're hiding here. We must be careful as we move deeper. Careful, I'm being careful. I got a lot of running speed. Link, look here. Oh, come on. I was going to hit something with my sword. These are ruins from an ancient civilization. Wait, something is written here. Might these ruins be from the Zonai? So the Zone who? I'm sorry, but you know, all the tech I got is 100% Sheikah. I got that Sheikah Riz. I'm using that word correctly, aren't I? There's carvings. I'm sure they're Zonai in origin. I have designs like this in my studies. The Zonai are said to have lived long ago in the time of the earliest legend. You're using it, that's certain. Whether accurate or otherwise, I don't know, for I am also old. They possess godlike powers and had a prosperous civilization in the city. Many history books tell us about the Zonai, but none give us the full picture. Much is still unknown about them. Come on, Zelda. When am I going to get to hit something with my sword? That's what Zonai looked like. They seemed so much different from us and had such large ears. How did the ruins of a civilization from the sky end up here beneath the castle? Well, excuse me, princess. It looks like the path ahead goes even deeper. Let's continue, Link. Kiss me, princess, in a way that is no longer thematically appropriate in today's media. I was holding the control stick the right way a little while ago. Ah. Okay, finally something to kill. Alright. I get to use the Master Sword to swat at some, keys.
Look at these murals. The written histories of the royal family include stories of a great war fought long ago. It was a conflict between allied tribes and someone only ever referred to as the Demon King.
Wonder who that could be. Matt Mercer.
Is it possible? Do these murals depict the same legend?
Oh, ha, ha. That's right. What people have been talking on about on the internet for weeks now.
And these figures look like Hylians. This depiction certainly suggests that the Zonai descended from the heavens.
Dude, there's no precedent for that in our lore.
Family were born from a union with gods who had descended from the heavens. These murals tell a similar story, and if they are accurate, then the gods mentioned were the Zonai. They must have forged a relationship with the Hylians of that time, working together to establish the Kingdom of Hyrule.
You know, this is very interesting. Hang on, I'm having a.
This all aligns with what I've read during my studies. And then this, it shows the Demon King. And a fierce battle against him. If the creature depicted here really does represent the Demon King, then...
You okay there, Link? Yeah, I'll just,
Incredible.
put my head between my legs for a little while.
This mural must be the Great War recorded in the royal histories. This is the imprisoning war, and the events that led up to it.
Aren't we retconning a little bit here?
Huge discovery. All right then. Now to use this invention of Pura's. I'm glad I didn't leave it behind. It's so easy to record. You point it and click. Oh. It looks like the rest of the murals are obscured.
They're not obscure, they're just covered with heavy boulders.
Just what is this place? Maybe we'll find more answers further ahead. Link, let's keep moving deeper.
We're gonna run into the big scary guy in the painting, aren't we? Let's see. Checking it out, just to be sure that it's safe. Oh my god, it got in my mouth. Given how far I've run, I assume that I should be just a little bit more dashing about this. Ooh, something big and mystic. Let's not touch it. Let's continue, but let's be extremely careful. Whoa. From the Middle English, meaning holy crap. We conveniently showed up just in time to see it completely fall apart onto itself. Peter Jackson's The Legend of Zelda. A canon explanation for my loss of life power. Slice.
Was that the sword that seals the darkness? A blade that shatters so easily against my power cannot save you from me.
It slices, it dices, it purees tomatoes.
You who carries that fragile sword, a link. Raru placed his faith in you. And that was all you could do.
How do you know our names?
I am Ganon. I'm really freaking old. Up, going up. Oh, okay. She just turned into light and disappeared. That's good. Otherwise, old man was really going to tear me a new one. Great movie. Watched it all without popcorn. Someone turned my red arm green. Someone also stripped me knackers. Not this again. I swear every night I go out with the princess.
Link, finally you wake. I've heard a great deal about you from Zelda. Your wounds were severe. I am relieved to see you escape death.
Now, do me a favor and hold that thought.
Your arm, however, was beyond saving. I had to replace it, lest the injury endanger you further.
Let's see. Let me just pick this up right here. Ah, no, it's all stinky rotten. Its sacred power has been diminished after being ravaged by the gloom beneath Hyrule Castle. So I'm just going to have to carry this thing around? Yeah, think so. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, that thing on the floor must be the portal. I thought this was the portal. It looks a bit more like a portal. All right. Just start off, chop, 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 chop. That was a bit extreme for my first jump. Okay, we've cinched it. This was exactly like last time. You know, we don't actually know how deep these ponds are. Archaic legwear. Okay, so at least we don't have to go out there in our shorts. Skirt's not much bigger. Okay. Last time I thought we were doing it blindly. This looks like we're doing it blindly. As I am falling, I heard the delicate, dulcet tones of a Koji Kondo soundtrack. You know what would make this even more impressive is if I had a parachute. I telling myself enough, would I be able to just hit the ground? No, they've already taught me that lesson. I've already learned that lesson. Alright. Yeah, right. Heard something. A frog. Sounded like a frog. Oh, apples. Oops. Hey, buddy. Oh, you're not a nice guy. Well, there went the Master Sword. Guess I'm going to have to hit him with this. Alright. Guess I'm gonna have to jump. Now, before I was so rudely interrupted, I was harvesting apples. Where'd that apple tree go to? Around here somewhere. Okay, I was coming down the ladder. Nope, don't see another apple. Maybe that's by design. I don't think that there's water beneath me this time. 10,000 years will get you such a crick in the neck. Link, I have waited for you. Princess Zelda left something for you in my care. Oh, don't tell me I've been out for another 100 years. This is the Pura Pad. I'm told it's an invaluable tool that will provide you with direction. You see, the other one looked a little bit like the Wii U controller. This one more legitimately looks like the Switch. It has a variety of features that are essential for adventure. I never actually put that together. Find Princess Zelda. She must be in that lone building at the very end of the map. Alright. I received it from Princess Zelda. I have now passed it on to you. My records indicate that Princess Zelda is waiting at the location marked on this map. My message have been delivered. We stand in the Garden of Time. The Temple of Time is visible from here. It was used in this past. Many rites and ceremonies of the kingdom were held there. But no more. It's a lonely place. No one visits. Nobody even bothers to send a Christmas card or something. Alright. I put my hand on this portal and it did a thing. I hadn't for the longest time realized it was on the Wii U. Oh, hey, another apple. This is fun. Hello, you seem to be new here. Be wary of the soldier constructs as you travel this way. Soldier constructs? There are those of us given strict orders to protect this land. The Zonai who created us directed them to eliminate trespassers. They will consider you a trespasser too. You must treat them as a serious threat. Allow me to offer unsolicited advice. Why not? Everybody else does. It's crucial to maintain a proper distance and target your opponents. Swinging haphazardly will not yield results. Yes, we are locking on. You may practice targeting on me, but please do not actually attack. Yep, that's how it works, alright. I didn't mean to climb the pillar just then. Tread carefully around any soldier constructs you see. Our creators give them strict orders to protect this land. Sure, why not? They will consider you a trespasser and in need of elimination. Be careful around them. Okay, just making absolutely sure I was going to land in the pond this time. Sup, frog? Like the late great Mitch Hedberg said, there goes that frog. Nobody ever said, there goes that frog in a negative manner. Alright. Lots of ways to go from here, yeah. Or hostile constructs, I suppose. Some of these guys are nice. Others of these guys are trying to kill me. Stick, he come to town, and here to save the Princess Zelda. I forget jumping as the X button in this game. I don't have a reason to hurt the emu yet. Oh, no. I already know this trick. Fire one. Aw, this brings me back to the old days of Newgrounds. You know, Zelda and nostalgia. Oh. Need a little bit of this action. Oh, actually, you're one of the good guys. I roasted that, but it's yours if you want. Oh, I had not noticed before. You were unfamiliar to me. My apologies. Among my tasks is to explain anything that visitors might require knowledge of. You may have questions about this place. Please rest assured that a construct can answer them. I recall your question was about roasting food. I roast ingredients by placing them beside the fire. I do not eat, but I am given to understand that it improves the taste. Our creatures roast the ingredients in order to enhance their nutritional value. Do you have ingredients? I invite you to use this fire to roast them. Okay. You know, it's not food unless we cast it into the fire. I put something on fire. In my pants. I don't think I'm letting them cook long enough. All right. Why is that thingy not attacking you now? Well, he's here for instruction. He's not like the other hostiles. What would Zelda say if she were hung around this place? You'd say this is a temple. This is a temple that is temporally themed. It's temporally themed and really, really important to the development of Hyrule for some reason. Yay, shield. Ow. This didn't ramp up, half as quick as Breath of the Wild did. Now let's see if this still works. Oh, I guess it didn't work this time.
That door will open only to those with sufficient power. I'm sorry. I did not intend to startle you.
Oh, well, that's okay. I'm having a hard time figuring out which one of you guys are going to attack me or not.
You belong to me. I am Raru. Forgive me for appearing to you in this manner. Unfortunately, I no longer have a physical form.
Ah, that's perfectly okay. My king doesn't have a physical form either.
In any case, that arm should allow you to open this door. It seems to have lost the power to do so. You might be able to restore it, but you would need to enter a place filled with sacred light.
Like Memphis?
Why not visit the shrines on this island?
It's a really nice visual style, yeah.
The shrines. Yes, I'm sure they are the key.
I wish I could say I've never been in this situation, but I've been in exactly this situation. Okay, that was foolish to do. Okay, the raw mushrooms are sort of gimped. Alright. Probably should be holding something I can use to attack. Oh. No arrows. Wait, which way was I going? I was going up this way. Actually, I'm getting too far away from the waypoint. I think I took a wrong turn somewhere. Well, it's a shame I got all the way up here because I'm going to die from it. Nope, that's not actually a foothold. Let me get up by the main stairs again. Put these stairs here. I mean, for a short amount of time, they're perfectly functional steps, but then afterwards, they break off, and then I really have to use my rock climbing skills in order to get all the way up here. Okay, which way was I pointed? I was pointed in this direction. Let's not fall as stupidly as I did the last time. Bong. Bong. A rush room. Your temples look a lot different from the temples at home. Ah, it's you again. Ah. This is a shrine light. Long ago, I filled these places with light that purges evil. I believe this light will restore an ability that your right arm has lost. Now then, extend your hand. Ultra Hand. That is hilarious to me because, you know, once again, the Nintendo initiated know that Ultra Hand was a gripping toy that was sold in Nintendo in the early 1980s. They don't say Power Glove anymore. That was for Zelda 2. This is the Ultra Hand ability. It allows you to move objects freely and attach them to another object. With it, you'll be able to build a great number of things, really anything you can imagine. Use Ultra Hand and receive the blessing from the shrine. Alright. Okay. Born to hand build. Born to hand build. Okay. Do that to rotate it. I don't think it's going to make it all the way across. Maybe I'm supposed to do this. No. That's not quite it. Oh, wait, okay. We're already started the brain games here. Alright. What we're doing is we're building a bridge to the new millennium. Okay, this is a little different from how you used to rotate things. A little bit more complex has to be, because we're going to be building things in this game. Okay, we're too early for that. Oh. Attach the two together. Okay. That's how that works. We're bonding. They built it that way on purpose. Da 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 da. Okay, I can grab these hooks. Let me guess. I probably should have been writing that. Unstick by wiggling the R key. Okay. Okay, I see what I'm doing wrong here. Okay. And take Mr. Hook. Okay. And stick it right here to Mr. Plank. We've got our very first simple machine. Alright. Being a regular Larry Archimedes here. Engineering time. Oh, these shrines are very neat. I don't have to worry about disturbing the graves of mummified old wise men. You've done well to reach this place. We offer this light that will cleanse you from evil. Hey, is that a statue of Zelda hanging out with you? I don't like that there's a statue of Zelda hanging out with you. It's, yeah, it's kind of weird. Is that Zelda? Who knows? Light of Blessing. Crystal that glows with light that purges ancient evil. Are you moving in on my girl in statue form? Hey, I just spoke to you in the temple. You probably should have said what you needed to say back there. If you complete 2 more shrines, you should be able to open the door to the Temple of Time. Alright, well. You really want to mark the shrines in the distance with pins, then you'll never lose track of where they are. The Pearl Pad offers you a very useful scope. It's quite handy. Alright. So we're doing this again. Up. Which button is the Pearl Pad? Wasn't that one, I just threw away my club. I can use amiibos in this game too. I've got to find my Zelda amiibos. Okay, it's the select button. Well, that was just to look at the map. It's my key item section. Okay, I can still whistle. Alright. Nothing there yet. Doop-de-doop-de-doo across the mostly empty landscape. Okay, so try to do this with the overhead map. That's the shrine I already discovered. Oh wait, is it? Because here's a temple. Yeah, that's the shrine I already created. The map is flipped a little bit backwards. Let me see. Move, zoom, select. Yeah. So I'm assuming this is one here. And I'm assuming that this is one here. This is one here. Just anything that's a big square brown block. Alright. Yeah, these are the temple steps again. Oh wait, I already talked to you. Let's try to get somewhere. Ouch. Okay, now I have a reason to harm the emus. Yeah, I'm on the top of the mark I made? No, not quite. Yeah, I might want to think about, yeah, that little shady area over there. Cloud-covered space. Okay, I was completely wrong about this area. See, what could that space actually mean on the map now that I've seen it? I think, yeah, I just stamped the area with a wall around it. I mean, this section up here is floating. I'm pretty sure there must be something mystical up there. Look at all these things floating in the air, mocking me with their indifference. Okay, yeah, not quite. Is that one snowy? I remember this from Breath of the Wild too. Yay! We found our first cooking pot. First cooking pot. Yay! Now we can make a batch of these. Oops. Okay, that is on the recording forever. Alright. Simmered fruit. Because I put all 5 of them together, I've made one dish. Yeah, I just wanted baked apples. Even that makes simmered fruit. La la la, la la la. So, they've actually got them humming some Zelda tunes. Well, this is the only land that seems to be connected to anything. Find warmth soon or you'll take damage. We're not even getting a meter for this now. Up. I'm not going to be able to get up there while I am still naked. Alright. Is there still a waypoint highlighted on my map? Not just the one that leads back to the Temple of Time, yeah. They tried to open the door. Raro appeared and said it was original order. He also said you need to revitalize the arm. To do that, visit the shrines. A green light spirals above each of them. Do they? Do they? Probably going about this all wrong. I just need to go back to the shrine now. Okay, I went over to that rock last time. Anything on the landscape that looks like that rock? Okay, I did that too. An arrow. Okay, we got another one of those zip lines. I was gonna say, I thought the game was muted at first. It's just ambient, yeah. You know, that's the entirety of the Zelda soundtrack these days. You know, Koji Kondo's, you know, kind of getting up there, so I don't personally mind it. Okay. Yeah, I totally understand. Alright, let's do this trick again. Because we love repetition. Okay, what am I not doing? Okay, probably rotate over the long way. Actually, that fits. All right. It's over. Pick up your e-tickets. Thank you for visiting Super Nintendo Land. Some days you just can't get up to up a tiny cliff face. Okay, you're that first shrine. Bong. Maybe it does that for every in-game hour. Hey, you're an automaton and I'm stealing your wood. Face your gaze forward, face it head on. I was absorbed in my woodcutting. No, not really. It's log, it's big, it's heavy, it's wood. Okay, I honestly think you're supposed to do this. Oh no, it doesn't make it all the way across. Hang on a second. Oh, there's a raft. I see they're still at work even now. We originally created constructs to assist in our endeavors. All of us are fond of them. I never imagined they'd continue to carry out their assigned tasks to this day. The fact that labor no longer serves any purpose, yet they perform it still, it is disquieting to me. When you're not done playing with, you're like, oh yeah, real mature. Okay, I think we're going to have to actually fell a tree here. Question mark, question mark, question mark. A Korok frond. Oh no. It is the nightmare of every completionist. More Korok quests. Now we got a big stick. Well, every streamer has done that one at least once. Oh, drat. No. Is this even worth saving? At this point, I better get up there. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it from down here. Alright. Do. That almost fell right down again. Okay, I think I see a problem here. Nah, forget it. I am going to commit deforestation now. See. Stupid, basic, overword puzzle. I will smite thee for existing. Oh yes, Sir Crevice. We have a big log now. Ah, the student has become the teacher. That seemed like such a good idea at the time. I love this view. I always take a moment to appreciate it whenever I pass by here. The Garden of Time was quiet. The only sound I heard was the time bell, as if the whole place chained at its time, especially at night when its sound signaled the emergence of fireflies. Those were glorious times. I don't get to appreciate them anymore because I am dead. I am no more. I have ceased to be. Joined the choir invisible. Okay, these platforms keep floating. Oh, shucks. I thought I was getting a little bit closer. Doit! Alright. Well, there is some sort of house-shaped building up here anyway. Better bow. Okay, there's one over there, way out in the distance. This is going to be easy as falling off an inexplicably floating cliff. Crap. Okay, could have done that a little bit more to the right. Okay, that's what I heard before. Any more of those convenient floating blocks? Yeah, I don't think I'm close enough for that. I think that's the way that they limit the use of those things. Oh yeah, we needed water to do that. You died. I sure did. Okay, so right now it's about 1:30. I'm going to go on for an additional hour with this game. And it's really nothing personal. It's just, yeah, I'm barely getting a foothold on this. And we want to remember this as our humble beginnings. Use the force link. Okay, yeah, that's not gonna happen. Yeah, those things only move a certain distance. It's not going to help me get all the way over there. I think they marked a map on the X where I died last. Well, we must be going the right way, because there's more hostiles. Okay, those gave me their itty-bitty little pieces. Lots of arrows. A chest. A chest. It's not opening. Nope. Well, I guess I just don't know how to open that kind of chest yet. Okay, well, there's one over there. It's all the way across the water. Ooh, a thick stick. We are really getting advanced. Okay, it doesn't take a genius to see what they want me to do here. Here's a whole sail. Oh, hey, Choose. I was wondering when you were going to get here. Well, darn. Where's that other axe? Don't want to attach it that way. Kinda at a funny angle. I'm a genius. Take me to the river. Drop me in the water. Okay, I want to do this with the ship facing slightly behind me, because otherwise, it's going to sail away without me. Oh, drat. Now I just dropped it on top of myself. I'm sailing. Okay, obviously. Maybe the shore is too shallow. Sailing. Oh. Okay, I get the joke at this point. You know, get in a direction facing upwards. Ah, here we are. Get on the ship now. Thank you. Skills. We're learning skills. Or a regular bear grilling. Yeah. Inn is a shrine. A shrine is an inn. That rock. Oh, you again. Ah. Fuse. Attach something to equip a weapon or shield to enhance it. Okay. Allows you to fuse something nearby to your weapon, thereby enhancing it. And I pick up your sword and then pick a nearby object to fuse it. Oh, you mean I actually get a sword now? Rusty Claymore. Alright. And I'm assuming I need to break this thing. So, use the fuse ability. Up. No. Okay, first I gotta pick the weapon. Okay. Use the Rusty Claymore with a boulder. See, now I got something that can hit a rock. Simple. Fruit. Fire fruit that generates heat when struck. Okay, I see what's going on here. Okay. I need to select my arrows. Okay, I don't think I can use the quick menu for this. Okay. While holding my bow. Nope. I need to get the fire fruit in my hands at some point. Okay, use, hold it. Okay. Oh no, wait. I think I'm misunderstanding this. Keep the bow held. Hold this. Select the material to attach. Okay, I see. Okay, now I got the fire fruit on the end of the bow. What am I supposed to do with it? Okay, I think I'm supposed to strike that. Burn, burn. That was really dorky. Now, let's see. Up here. Okay, you want a boulder sword duel, do you? Ouch. Well, this is already going very poorly. Meaty whack. No, I see what you're doing there. Not on my watch, bub. So all these little horns and all of these gadgets I'm getting from the Guardians are going to be able to, I'll be able to stick them on the end of my arrows. You have done well to reach this place. We offer this light that will cleanse you of evil. Okay, yeah, we can skip those. Ba 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 bum. Okay. So while I'm right next to a oh no, hang on, I'm getting interrupted again. I came because there is something I failed to give you. Please take it. Oh, gee. An energy cell designed to be worn on a belt. They can power Zonai devices. What I've just given you is an energy cell. It's required to make some use of the tools known as Zonai devices. I cannot demonstrate this ability because there are no Zonai devices right here. Great. However, I have associates on the other side of that cave system. They can teach you how to use this. I hope that the energy cell I provided is useful to you. Well, I mean, simply put, that, you know, there are some machine parts around here that I need the Zonai battery in order to power. Alright. Oh, look at all these guys. This is going to be fun until my, my sword inevitably breaks. One instead. Let's use a big club. This guy's got a staff. That's pretty cool. Can you attach a stick to a stick? I'm pretty sure you can attach a stick to a stick. Let's see. Hang on. Where was that ability? Fuse. I can fuse a shield to a stick. What I need to do is, yeah, while I'm still holding this, I need to scroll through the list of other weapons. I don't think I can, actually. I think I can only fuse these to items. At least this time I've got a point of direction, so I'm going to take it, darn it. Ooh, we got one of those cool fan devices. Okay. Ouch. Uh-oh. Okay. I felt that was going to happen. Yeah, I know you're already telling on me. Grab the Guster. May need it soon. Discovery. Discovering in the Bright Side Cave. Picking up seeds that are probably used to light things. Attacking the keys. I don't think I have anything strong enough in order to break that. Isn't it great that you're at this channel and you're able to see great content just like this? Welcome to Brainy the RPG Cat, the only place on the internet where you can spank a frog with a paddle. Thwack. Secret area over here, clearly. Yeah, I'm getting all this cool new stuff. An archaic tunic. All right, a shirt. The Stewart constructs were the first to be built. After that, we crafted others suited to different roles. Culinary constructs, maker constructs, you'll find all sorts of them still active in this place. Some become so skilled with their specialties that they surpassed us. We began to learn from them instead. You should take time to talk to them. They can teach you many things that you might not yet know. Must break pots. Nope, I've got nothing but crappy wood weapons. The rafts are damaged. We're unsure how to proceed. At least the Zodai device is undamaged. Special tools that we employed. They are necessities here. I recommend that you learn how to use them. Ask the construct in front of the fan for details. Alright. I've had to ask 3 guys how to use one fan. Green thing is called a Zonai device. The one you see here is a fan. You can produce wind by striking it. They are self-evidently useful. We have a variety of Zonai devices for multitudinous purposes. An external memory cell will be used. Ah, you have one ready. That's a relief. But perhaps a refresher explanation. An energy cell stores the energy required to use Zonai devices. Its energy will replenish automatically while Zonai devices are not in use. Its capacity is not unlimited. Use the energy contained wisely, otherwise you might run out at inopportune moments. Alright. Well, and of course I have to do the one thing that, you know, they've only taught me to do, is I gotta make another raft. Whoop. Let's see, should rotate that. Alright, the adventures of Bayou Linky. Yeah, hold up for a not at all a gay adventure across the Big Easy. Okay. Drag it again and turn it off, and then my battery will start recharging. I actually thought recharge from running, which I think, yeah, actually would make a little bit more sense. Ooh, flint rock. We're gonna learn how to light a fire. We're going to get our Rescue the Princess merit badge. Okay. Fire is a crucial tool. Fire can be used either to cook or warm yourself. How do you start a fire? Use flint as a fire starter. Place a flint next to a bundle of wood, then strike it with a metallic or stony weapon. Alright. Teach me to cook. Insects and monster parts are not edible. Good to know. Okay. Do I need fire? Can I light this? Hang on a second. Doesn't even seem that you need the combined ability in order to put fruit on the end of bows. I don't think I have anything but monster parts. You know, cooking some stamina items together will probably give me enough ability to get all the way up the mountain. This thing is just called a stamina bulb. How on the nose do you need to be? Okay, that was cooking regular mushrooms. Okay, well, I have a smaller one to make. Alright. Well, I think that's all the supplies we're going to get. This guy says it's hard to climb the mountain. The mountain has stairs. Ooh, that's a big jelly. We're gonna have to take that jelly and take it to jelly school. Ah, not this guy again. Just let me have a second to eat my carefully curated dish. On a squeaky clean porcelain plate for some reason. Oh, dang it. Well, whatever he did to that weapon, it was enough to kill me immediately. Okay. Not going to do the camp now. Just gonna go in the cave. So I think if I were to climb up to the top, I would be in frigid weather again. Okay, we got another fan. What am I gonna do here as if I didn't know? Traveling in a minecart. What do I look like, Donkey Kong? Let me see. Ripe bloom seed attached to a stick. There we go. Now I can see in the cave using my bow staff. Sometimes I forget amiibo are a thing. Yeah, well, they haven't been used in games for a very long time, including a few games that were previously on the Wii U that used amiibo. This cave is especially dark. I used to collect them, and I still just use the old ones that I have already collected. Ripe bloom seed. Oh, well. Well, walked into that one. Walked into another tutorial. Alright, well. I have a sneaking suspicion that there's not enough light in order to continue here. They're cool, but it's just like, meh. Well, I mean, it's not as though you need them. Okay, I can't see where I'm going. How am I supposed to make, How am I supposed to make one of these things work? I didn't listen to this guy enough. From the impact of a sword or an arrow. Well, how am I supposed to hit anything? There we go. I struck at, how do I attach it to my bow again? Oh, me. I was able to get the ones from my inventory. I don't think I'm able to mess with the ones... Let's see. I just lost my ability to do this, that's all. Oh, actually, since I think I hit the ones in the front, I'm able to see all the way down. Excuse me. The Zonite is already slated for processing. It can pose difficulty if you took it for yourself. This is Zoanite. It's a unique material that can be mined from beneath the land below. There are trace deposits of it on this island as well, but they're limited to this cave. Our society flourished by processing this substance into other materials. Smelting it in a furnace, usually converted into materials with useful properties. A few such materials will be ready for your review shortly. Just one moment. Zonite charges and crystallized charges. Alright. Crystallized charges, solidified form, they use them as raw material in the construction of energy cells. Okay. Minecart station, excavated materials can be transported here. Zonite capsules. Have you forgotten yours, or perhaps you don't even know what I mean? Convenient means of carrying portable Zonite devices. Unfortunately, you seem to have none. I'll lend you a few spares. Okay. Well, now I've got capsule-sized fans in order to power machines. Alright. Okay, so now I have capsule fans. Whoops. Well, I accidentally used a little bit too many. Alright. Yoo-hoo! Wow, a gotcha machine. Device dispenser operation confirmed, on track to meet today's Zonite capsule. I've nearly met my target. You're welcome to use it. Device dispenser? Alright. Gotcha, Pog. I mean, for some reason, we always land on this method of conveyance for high technological gadgets in video games. Oh, okay. So this is like the cooking pot. I have to put items in here. Hold 5 of them. Put it into the receptacle. Wow, look at all the junk. Flame emitters. Portable pots. You know, the great majority of them just turn into fans again. Let me see, I have 7 of these blade thingies. Welcome to the skies above Hyrule. We recycle. So I really think, yeah, there's only 3 gadgets in the total of all this. Alright, well, that's that. Hey, buddy. This is awful. Where's my friend? Oh, you can see me? I'm a Korok, one of the children of the forest. Oh my god. I was traveling with my friend, but we got separated. My friend is sending up a smoke signal. I can't wait to catch up. I'm so tired, though. I can't move. Okay. We're just gonna glue you to the seat for safekeeping. Oh. Yeah, I got your buddy. Up. And I want that to stop rotating. Reunited at last! I'd like to give you something, but this is all I have. 2 Korok seeds. If you gather a bunch of them, you never know what might happen. Most likely nothing. Ah, I was gonna leave them glued to the minecart. Man, I'm starting to get tired of all these wood weapons. Zonanite. Yeah, okay, so I'll probably put it in the gacha machine again. Stupid pots. Civilization means nothing to me. Okay, I think we're gonna loop back around to where the ice area is. I was hoping it would land in that direction eventually. Dragon Balls. Gotta find the Dragon Balls. Can't stop until you got them all. 7 magic balls. Uh-oh. They did that on purpose. You didn't think it'd be that easy, did you? Yeah, Nintendo. I kinda did. I'm assuming I don't have anything to fix the gaps at this point, so maybe I'm not going to be able to get up this way. But I think I could just also go through this gate and start to head towards the temple. Okay, so, maybe now that I have these, okay, I can eat these, okay. So, well, probably what would be better to eat than eating these would be to cook them. And then start cooking these so that they will be a little bit more potent. They're fire fruit in this game. They used to be hot peppers in the other game. Okay. Survive in hot water for 5 minutes. Oh, well, I can get several of them. Alright, so... more cooking pots. Okay, now that's survival in 10 minutes. My dad gets mad at me because I never seem to want to go camping. Alright, so I have enough hot food in order to survive. The icy tundra over here. Okay, can't climb ice. Okay, this isn't working. What's in this cave? Snowy mountain above us is extremely cold. Unprepared travelers will swiftly lose vitality. Fortified how? Meals that were warmed. Meals with ingredients with warm-sounding names. Okay. Well, I need either more... Oh, look, there are hot peppers. So I still need to use hot peppers in order to survive the cold. Alright. Up. Thank yous. Batman. Na 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 Batman. Na 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 Spank Frog. Spicy sauteed peppers. So maybe going up this way will get me closer where the temple is. More peppers over there. All right. Now we eat our prepared dish. 7 minutes, 30 seconds of cold resistance. All right. That wasn't very nice. I mean, I kind of ran right up to it and hit it with a bat, but I don't think I deserve such a thing. Ouch. Jeez, can you guys let up just for a little bit? Trying to save the princess here. Alright. There's got to be a better way of dealing with that. Okay, I don't want any of that fight. Those things are painful to deal with only 3 hearts. Ooh, bomb flowers. Ooh. I remember those things from A Link to the Past. I mean, well, from Ocarina of Time. Okay. Yeah, please don't tell me you're going to eat me at this distance. Oh, drat. Well, that happened. Okay, they still leave me with some cold resistance. So at least I get that going for me, which is nice. Okay. Yeah, you tend to deal with them in the old way as well. Except now you have to hit them too. Oh, now I'm all out. Boy, this guy is tough. Well, so much for that stick. I saw a treasure chest down there. Amber, I can make dinosaurs with this. Welcome to Jurassic Link. Hasn't been any useful plant life in a while. Not again. Of course, this one is the one guarding all the treasure, naturally. Flame emitter shield. Nah, maybe not right now. I wonder if, yeah, 3 at a time... Well, I don't think the 3 at a time hurts it anymore. How's I supposed to be using a shield? Because once I know how to use a shield, I can use this shield as a flamethrower. These things are always swallowing chests. Alright, so while I'm in this cave, I might want to increase my cold resistance. So first thing, take out the zone pot. Second step, take out the chili peppers. Which way was I going? Where is the shrine? That looks completely unrelated to a shrine. Oh, it's at the top of this mountain. I think I have to go that way. Figure out one more tutorial thing in order to get me across there. I can't climb the ice, but I think I can climb these little wisps of snow that are off to the side. Alright. Oh, crap. Yeah, totally not what I wanted. Okay, I'm going to just go up the mountain now. Thank you. Thanks for pointing that out to me. See, there's still gotta be another way up and around this because I just can't climb straight up. Oh, there's a tree branch on it. Okay, so I want to eat that hot dish now. Up the tree, up the tree. Yeah, finally made it. That was a climb. I mean, it was a climb worthy of an entire stream. Alright. Ah. Why can't I extend my left hand? Because that's not the one that's mechanical, you idiot. Ascend. Move upward through solid material and emerge on top of it. As you travel through what's directly above you to ascend through it and emerge on top of it. Alright. Okay, that's how I use a shield. Okay, I need to ascend material. Not entirely sure what that means. Maybe I should start by trying to use the ability. Sweep. That's weird. Remember when it was cool to get like a bow or a boomerang? Oh, I like this thing. That'll be great for as long as it lasts. The golden days of ranged abilities. The ability to use a hook shot. Blew my mind when I was in 7th grade. Okay, I see there's some cables I need to cut here. I know they needed some stuff that was different from Breath of the Wild, but I think they were really reaching on this one. You've done well to reach this place. Okay, yeah, that speech isn't going to be any different. All right. Oh. I see you've restored some power to that new arm of yours. The door to the Temple of Time should now open to you. All right. Am I the only one who thinks that jumping all the way down here into the cold water is gonna hurt me somehow? Oh, it's just the fact that the water is extremely cold. Cold resistance, yes. Cold water resistance, probably not. Trying to speed this up a little bit. I mean, they haven't even given me the hang glider yet. Silly me, I thought this cliff had a bottom. Okay, I wasn't completely killed. Hey, you know what? Yeah, that's what I think about your little exploding tactic. Jeez, where does the ice end? I just climbed down the wrong side of the mountain. I probably did. Crap. I'ma die out here. Must break pots. Oh, hang on. Gotta light the fire first. I think I saved exactly one of these. Okay, over there was the area that I was avoiding before. Okay, these guys don't burn as good as the minions do. I still kind of don't know how to open the purple chests. Should probably choose up a weapon to use. Dang it. Quit pummeling me. It's really painful. Rat. Okay, who's got the projectile? Oh, speaking of which. Okay, that was not as good idea as I thought it was. Dang it. Okay. I'm acquiescing to the fact that this battle is too tough for me right now. Dang it. Not entirely sure what killed me that time. Probably outclassed, yeah. And anyways, I don't know how to open the purple treasure chest yet. Oh, there are really no shortcuts down this mountain, are there? I'm gonna die out here. I think I see something of a branch. But to climb down here would mean that I would have to climb down at just the right spot. Oh no. That's not enough of a route to cling on to. Crap! I think it's a little funny the fact I still didn't end up landing in the water. Nice aim. I can't even see the ground in this direction. See, at this point, I'm not hoping to climb down, I'm just hoping to slide down. I thought I had more peppers, but I guess not. I guess that was the me before I fell off the cliff. Sir, you are being hunted. All right, all right. Where to now? Oh, drat. Okay. What happened to all of the caves I used to get up here? Okay. I don't have any more axes or else I would chop down a tree. Try to get across a river. They really wanted you to spend a good long time on top of this snowy mountain. There isn't even an end to this corner. Okay, I'm pretty well stuck here. Yeah, the water's still gonna kill me immediately. Ah. Shucks. Just surf. Let me see, what do I have in my compact gadgets? I remember in Zelda games when the mountains were made out of lava and they weren't a big pain in the butt like this. Random chest. It's not opening. Hang on, hang on. Yeah, the glider. The glider would be nice right about now. Give me a point of direction for crying out loud. I think that was the same mistake I did before. Well, no glider, yeah. So what are we, 8 minutes overtime? Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and make this a 4-hour episode. We have to see what's in the temple. I came down this way before. Oh. Well, this time I was just killed by a robot. Oh. Talking of which... Okay. There must be a difference based on what side of the creek I might climb down. This has all been very risky so far. The part of me that thought I looted this place before. Okay, I'm starting to see the end to the mountain. Link went over the mountain to see what he could see. The other side of the mountain was all that Link could see. Yeah, see, now I'm on the opposite side of the creek. Give me the climb down prompt, for crying out loud. I don't even care if I fall down at this point. I made it! I'm at the bottom! And our adventure is finally over. We're going to open up that door, and Zelda is going to be right on the other side of it. I just know it. Tear-shaped rock. La 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 la. I wanna hold your hand. Okay, now I'm glowing. Well, that thou not speakest to me, spirit. Recall, reverse an object's movement until it goes back to where it was. Alright. The ability to reverse the movement of an object through time. And Zelda vanished as well. What you saw is a mystery even to me. Perhaps it was sort of an echo. No one that reflects your sheer will. No doubt you have been given this ability. No doubt it will prove important. Okay. Well, I think we're going into full dungeon mode at this time. At this point. Time to explore the Temple of Time. Alright. Finally, a dungeon. Stay right here. Oh. I give myself very good advice. Well, this is easy so far, but it's supposed to be. Hey, Sage of the Temple. Door's not opening. A test of your overall vitality. In the last game, it was pulling the Master Sword. That was a test of your overall vitality. You're not strong enough to open it, but there's one more shrine on this island. There you can get another blessing. If you add that to the other blessings you receive at shrines and offer them all to the goddess, you might find your way after all. Let me see the Purapad. This lets you travel to certain places instantly. Now see all of your blue marks on the map? You can travel instantly to any of them. I'd suggest the one at the bottom of the map. Use the travel function to reach that area quickly. You'll find the last of the island switches there. So, okay, so this is the fast travel. Traveling to this area at the top. I mean, this may well be something very similar to Spirit Tracks, where you would end up at the main temple at the end of every after beating every subsequent temple, and then you just go a little bit farther in it every time that you went there. I really just went back to the Room of Awakening, didn't I? Am I supposed to jump all the way down again? Maybe I'm supposed to do something else. Maybe I'm supposed to climb. Well, except I can't climb. You're not letting me climb the sides of the mountain. Alright, well, I jump. Okay, that's what they mean by accelerate. Reaching for the island. Reaching! Falling! Dying! Bleeding! I should have gone that way a little bit sooner. Link did the hit all the branches thing. That he did. Ah, 10 points, except a 9.9 from the France. I'm afraid Hyrule is going to have to settle for the silver medal this year. Yay, I came all the way up here to get another wooden stick. Where was this temple he was referring to? There was one over here. I think that's the one at the top of the snowy mountain. Hey, don't mind me, just picking apples. Our creators ordered the soldier constructs to protect their lands. That made them dangerous. Okay. Okay. So these are like different areas of the tutorial now, aren't they? I'm assuming if they have the diving platform that there should be water underneath me. I think that's a safe assumption to make. Okay, I'm starting to move towards the temple again. Instead, I need to figure out why he told me to port back here. What is that? Mining cave. Palisade cave. And if there's a temple somewhere, Okay, this is as close as I can zoom in. Device dispenser. Forge construct. Okay, I'm going back to the room. Here I go, walking back my progress again. So you think for all of this quote-unquote mystery, he would have actually shown me where the... Oh, hello. Here's something I didn't notice before. Yeah, I can't climb these walls. Wait here at this corner. Drat. You know what really grinds my gears? Yeah, I can't get to the top of these. I can climb them, but I can't get to the top of them. Well, I can definitely reverse these gears, but to what end? Lead me to that ledge over there. Well, maybe I'm not supposed to do this just yet. Oh, wait. Okay, wait. I forgot, I got another ability recently. Okay, first we ascend through the platform. Okay, then we recall the gears. Whoops! I accidentally canceled it out just as I was getting across it. Okay. I need to try to see if I can use that on the floating islands. Let's see. Okay. This must be the way to the top of the cavern, probably where the next temple is. Ah, there it is. Not all the way out to the top. It's Nachoya Shrine. The ability to rewind. Okay, well. Yeah, we're basically getting the tutorial for this new ability. Alright. Okay, so clearly, yeah, the rafts are going this way. Okay, I stop time every time I do that. Da 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 da. Okay. Can't run past the water currents. And what am I gonna do when it goes up the waterfall? Okay, I can just cancel that. Rewind it, I guess. And hop a little bit. Ba 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 bum. Okay, treasure chest over here. This has something to do with the hands. Okay, with the clock hands. Let's see. This is going to be a harder puzzle than I thought. See, when I stop here, I believe I only stop one of the hands. So they have to be in a configuration that allows me to open the gate. Okay, so every time the hands touch, the gate opens. I think I'm just going to have to use my timing here. I can't just hold time, I do have to reverse it. Oh, but if I do stop... Oh, no, well, that's the thing. The clock hands will run together if I do... If I do pause it. So I need to... Yeah, pause it while they are right on top of each other. This is gonna be pretty hard. Alright. Okay. Visitor to the Shrine of Light, yada yada yada. See, I never would have guessed that. That all just opened itself up to me. Okay, I'm not being bothered by Ghost Mom, so... This is a crystal refinery. You can take your crystallite charges and use them to produce energy wells. Okay. Well, there's another big collector. I need to give him 100 crystallized charges. Alright. What we got out here? So I know what these are. These are flying gliders. From this temple, I am way the far out from absolutely everything in the sky. Okay, I don't think I can even use these yet. They'll become useful later. Okay, well, go back the normal way and then take this back to the temple because that's what they want me to do. I think I belly flopped that one. My stomach's gonna be red for a week. Okay, recall doesn't work that way. It would be funny if it did. Yeah, I had to make doubly sure that I actually did hit the water that time. I think I said a lot of this as I was coming in. Well, yeah, well, that's to be expected. Because I'm coming in again. I think there is a long blue dragon flying around in the background directly behind the temple. Okay, came all the way back here after getting one more temple. Oh, ha, 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 ha. What do I want? I want a heart container. I don't even think they're going to bother me about getting stamina blocks. Best one I ever earned. Go on being priest of the world. Let me guess, it's still not going to be enough to open the big door. Oh, 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 oh. Well, we're getting there. Technically, we're dead, but...
Good. I see you have managed to open the door.
Oh, okay, you speak English.
Fully recovered yet. That is to be expected. You were almost beyond saving. By visiting the shrines and receiving their blessings, you have mitigated some of the corruption's effects. Though our time together has been brief, I am so happy that we finally met. You are exactly as Zelda said. I've done everything I can for her. Now it is up to you.
Okay. I lose more Spectral mentors that way. Okay, that isn't anything. What do you call this? This is the roof of the Temple of Time. Oh, well, now I can't get up there again. So I guess I'm gonna have to jump. You gotta hit the water pretty hard from up here. Okay, I don't think I can do more here, but I think I'm going to find out later. And, well, yeah, we're exactly at the 4-hour mark at this point. So, thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Brainy the RPG Cat. This has been a really fun show, and of course, this has been a really fun game, so yeah, we're more than likely going to be playing this a lot more often. Not much happened, but it was a lot of fun. And oh no! I forgot to set the game to TK. It was MTG the whole time. Really? Because it says it to me. Maybe I didn't click the done button again. Alright, well. Alright, so yeah. We've been playing Zelda on the MTG channel this whole time. Alright. It says in the title... Well, I just clicked the done button. Maybe it's been the whole time. In the stream overlay. In the stream overlay, it says MTG. I don't know. Well, anyways, thank you once again for tuning in. So we're going to be back tomorrow, and we are going to be playing the other game that I got with Nintendo's Game Pass. We're going to be playing Advance Wars 1 and 2. So... yeah, we shall see. Teehee. Well, that was a good time. Yes. So, once again, I encourage everybody to follow us to the Discord. Check out the Ko-fi. Check out the our Streamlabs page where you can buy trading cards for $1.99, and consider drinking Dubby energy drink. Go to !Dubby. Follow our affiliated link and use the code Brainy sent me for 10% off your online order. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna do a raid right now. Let me see, who are we gonna raid tonight? We are going to raid let's see, Calculating Proctor is on, so is Miss Moth Mom, so Grandpa. Hornsby. Okay, so I think, yeah, we're going to go over to Eldritch Grandpa's channel. Right now, they're in the middle of playing Call of Cthulhu. Alright then, so thank you everybody once again for tuning in. Remember, B-R-A-I-N-Y means smart. Nothing's too hard if you use your head. Have a good night, everybody. And thank you very much for watching.